So last night I got to go see the Pharrell Williams documentary called Piece by Piece that is a story told about his life in Lego. Let's talk about it. Welcome back, Colonel. So last night I got the chance to go see Piece by Piece, which is kind of like a Lego documentary on Pharrell Williams. And from what I've heard, originally this was supposed to just be a regular sit-down interview kind of documentary. And then at the very end, Pharrell Williams asked if they could make it into Lego, which I thought was pretty cool. So real quick, before we kind of dive into this review, if you are new here, consider subscribing so you don't miss any other reviews, reactions, anything like this, because this is the kind of stuff we do here. And that's enough waiting. Let's talk about Piece by Piece. So as far as the plot of the movie goes, it's pretty self-explanatory. It literally just kind of goes, it tells the story of Pharrell Williams and his life and how he came from being a kid in Virginia Beach to, you know, one of these all-time greatest beat maker slash artist performers. So going into just some thoughts that I had about the movie, one of the things I kind of thought going into this was, I wonder how accurate they are going to be able to portray the more darker sides of this documentary. And what I mean by that is, obviously they're going to be like, it's not all going to be sunshine and you know, daisies, because it's a documentary. Like, there have to be hard points in your life that, you know, maybe weren't as easy as others. And they actually do a pretty good job with it. They do kind of talk about how, like, the people that were like managing him at the time were like trying, at one point in the movie, were like trying to get him to do all these things that were like quote unquote trendy or popular. And that's when he fell off, and he just describes them as like big business guys, and they're shown on screen as like these Lego businessmen that have like these like Joker smiles on them, like they're evil or something. And honestly, it works. It works well enough that you get the idea down. Obviously, the movie has a great soundtrack. If you're a fan of Pharrell Williams, you know he has some very groovy and like, honestly hard to resist to like dance kind of music. I also want to say, when I got to go see this movie last night, they had one poster left of the little poster. So I was able to get one from one of the people that worked there, so that was pretty cool. The one thing I really liked about this movie is that the Legos actually like help progress the story in a way that like I felt wasn't as clunky, because typically I'm not really a fan of like the sit down interview type documentaries. I like the biopics more that just kind of tell you the story. But this helped that sit down kind of style documentary because it was in Lego. Of course, the actual movie, you know, I didn't really know the story of Pharrell Williams or how he, you know, he got his rise to fame. I really like his story as compared to a lot of others. It feels very slightly different, and just, you know, it gives hope to other people that maybe want to do the same thing. The one kind of criticism I want to talk about, so just some of the things that I wasn't too big of a fan of. There are points in the movie where like the time periods and like timestamps do get a little convoluted. Like they go back to things and then they go back to other things, and it's kind of weird because then you get a little like mismatched. But for the most part, it's good. The other thing I'll add is that I felt like they needed to like drop some names more often, because they would do it like one time and I would forget like who I was supposed to be, because they're all Legos and they all look very similar. It was hard to like distinguish who was who at some points. That being said, it is really neat to see all the different people that Pharrell Williams worked with in his life in Lego form. Like, I know Justin Timberlake is in there, Snoop Dogg is in there. There's a lot of really cool artists that get Lego form. I would also say that, you know, if you're somebody that's also pursuing music, or honestly anything, this movie definitely left, you know, when I was leaving the theater, I was like, wow, like this gives me that extra push, you know, to keep on doing what I'm doing, especially here for you guys, because I love doing this. And, you know, it just kind of, it's a little bit of an inspiring movie, if I'm being honest. Of course, the movie, again, is very pretty to look at. Lots of colors, lots of cool visual representation of, like, things that you wouldn't really be able to do elsewise if it wasn't for Lego. One of the other cons I think that could be kind of coming towards this movie is that, especially, like, with kids, you know that this movie is definitely going to be marketed towards kids in some way because it's Lego. Of course, Lego is for everyone, but kids are naturally drawn to Lego. There's not one kid, I don't think, that doesn't know what Legos are. And when they see Legos, they are, oh wow, like this is gonna be like a Lego movie, kind of like the Lego movie or the Lego movie 2, Lego Batman movie, etc. Right? This is not like this. It looks like a Lego movie and it feels like a Lego movie, but the story is not like haha funny joke and all these big action sequences. Like it's not like that. So I feel like kids might be turned off by the fact that like, oh, like story, like they might get bored. And I could see something like that happening. I will also say that I just really like that they kind of went for something bold here. Typically with documentaries, it's fine, you get to hear the story, but I don't know if I would have seen this movie if it weren't for the Lego thing, because it's just another documentary about somebody that, you know, and I think him doing this felt just like, I would love to see more mediums explored like this. Just telling a story in a different way that doesn't, you know, that's just different than the status quo. And I think that would be really cool. So yeah, guys, let me know what you guys thought about the Piece by Piece documentary on Pharrell Williams. Did you see it this weekend? Are you planning on seeing it this weekend? Let me know all of that down in the comments below, and what your favorite Pharrell Williams song is. They actually did release a new song called Piece by Piece for this. I've listened to it. It's actually pretty good. So let me know what you guys thought about the movie, and, you know, again, what is your favorite Pharrell Williams song, and just kind of, you know, what you think of him as an artist, and hopefully you'll enjoy, you know, getting to see his story in this movie. Until next time, Colonels, peace.